Your brake line potentially could need to be replaced, even though it's a low mileage Hummer H2. Again, this is going to be based on surface rust, again, rust in general that's going to be underneath the vehicle. If the vehicle was in someone's garage, in all likelihood, no issues. If the vehicle was in Texas, Southern Cal, Arizona, again, no issues. If the H2 was an environment with hot summers and cold winters, you know, a place like West Virginia, Ohio, Maine, you know, Utah, Colorado, you guys get the idea. So in that environment, with an H2 sitting, you know, in somebody's yard, in all likelihood, you're going to have surface rust underneath the vehicle, and that's going to need to be taken care of. True story, I came across an H2 earlier this year, and I've discussed it briefly on my channel. The H2, it was a 2006 H2 with 60-some thousand miles on the vehicle. It was an H2 SUT Pacific Blue limited edition. It was a beautiful vehicle. However, the owner parked the vehicle, and 2 years went by and massive surface rust on the vehicle. So surface rust can spread extremely quickly on these vehicles and can create a real mess underneath the vehicle. You wouldn't believe, like when I derusted mine at like approximately 185, you wouldn't believe the chunks of rust that can come off these frames. It's absolutely insane. Next topic I want to discuss is the Corvette servo. It's a transmission upgrade. I did not mention it in part 1. I only recommend installing a Corvette servo if you are going to be rebuilding your transmission with the Sonex 3/4 input drum. I do not like the idea of putting extra power on the bands or on the clutch packs, for that matter, on these vehicles on a stock 4L65E. Yes, it gives you a nice little boost during acceleration. However, my gut instinct says it's a bad idea to do on the stock setup. Lastly, once you do get everything completed on your H2, the final step in the process is going to be reaching out to Black Bear Performance. They do have some sales throughout the year. If you're trying to save a couple extra bucks, it's always nice. You can reach out to them. They're great to work with. You're going to get your H2 tuned. Again, you've got an LS 6.0 engine underneath the hood. A lot of people don't know that. You're going to reach out to them. It's going to be like $600 to $800. It's totally worth it. It's definitely a necessary upgrade that needs to be eventually completed on the vehicle. And when you get that done, after you've done all my recommendations, I promise you, when you turn that key over, you're going to say, oh my God. You're going to say, I had no idea my H2 had this much power. It's unbelievable. Definitely an easy 25 horsepower gain, if not more. I wanted to also discuss the, part 1, all of the upgrades, that I recommended. I think somebody out there who has never worked on a vehicle before could definitely be intimidated or overwhelmed. They could say like, oh my God, what did I just get myself into? They're like, dude, this is insane. I had no idea. Like, that's going to take me forever. Understand, I get it. There's a lot of things that I discussed, and I want you guys to understand that when it comes to upgrades on your vehicle, the primary ones in this situation, we want to change that oil and get that old oil out of there. We want to get that external transmission cooler and radiator. Once you get those 3 items, those are like boom, 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 3 primary items. All right. You get those done, you can piecemeal everything along the way. So, for example, like my H2, this is taking me, again, I'm not even done with it yet. There's still some issues on the vehicle. I've got some paint chips Again, you guys just saw that paint chip that needs to be touched up. I've got some paint chips on the back. I've got dents that need to be pulled out. Check engine light. I got to replace a rear O2 sensor. So like there's things that I'm still working on to get my H2 back up to speed. So with that being said, piecemeal it, guys. And there's nothing wrong with that. You get those 3 items that I recommended. Okay, fantastic. And just do 1 item per month. Okay, you got those done. We'll say it's January. Let's just, for example, January 2026. You get those 3 items done. Okay, February. Let's get the U-joints done in February. Okay, March. The goal in March is to do the fuel pump. Okay, the goal in April is to potentially de-rust the frame. All right, I'm getting lost in the months. What are we in now? May. May, you powder coat the frame. All right. Let's say June comes around. Maybe the trim is faded. That's very common on the front of the vehicle. For the trim to be faded, right here. Okay, so where are we at now? June. I'm getting lost in all the excitement. Okay, June. Your goal is to restore the trim on the vehicle. All right. July comes around. Let's take off, this trim in July, and let's work on the roof racks, in July. And again, give these roof racks a tug. Make sure they're not loose. You don't want these things flying off. All right, so July, you're taking this off and you're cleaning the roof, back here. That could potentially be extremely dirty. This is what I want to clean in July. Okay, so you've cleaned the roof. August, then you do the water leaks. Come back in September, work on the engine, the air filter. There's an item. Boom, it takes 5 minutes. So again, pace yourself, guys. As an owner of these vehicles, if you have an H2, and there's a video on my channel, I talk about the process of restoring the power on your H2. You do not have to get all this done in like boom, especially if you're going to be doing it yourself, because you get burned out. I'll be completely honest with you guys. Like, I love my H2, but like I've gotten to the point where I kind of have to fight with myself to work on it. My job, I've done a lot of work to it, and it's like you get hummered out. All right, it's a beast. It's an incredible vehicle, and I'm proud of my accomplishments. But when all you do is you have Hummer for breakfast, Hummer for lunch, Hummer for dinner, Hummer every Saturday, Hummer every Sunday. Let me tell you guys, it can take over your life. And I'm at the end of the tunnel here, guys. I'm walking out the tunnel. All right, I've completed the vehicle. It's right now it's probably at 99.5% done. So to wrap this up, you're buying just a high level rundown. You're buying an extremely low mileage Hummer H2. The big things, big 3. Number 1, your oil. Number 2, external transmission cooler. Number 3, radiator. So you got those big 3 done. Fantastic. And then just piecemeal it. Work your way around the vehicle. And you don't have to go in the order that I recommended. If you want to work on cleaning the vehicle, the outside, get that done. Hop back in the engine bay. You can do the engine bay. Actually, I'll tell you the truth, guys. If you followed my videos and really educated yourself and just took the time and went through a lot of online YouTube videos, you can get that engine bay done in 1 weekend, 2 weekends max if you're a super noob. But so again, you can actually get more accomplished than you think. But piecemeal, one thing per month. I also wanted to mention too, just the final comment is that you have one of these H2s. Maybe you didn't get a pre-purchase inspection on that low mileage Hummer H2, and that's okay. That happens. I didn't know about a pre-purchase inspection when I bought my H2. what I would recommend is you got one of these super low mileage Hummer H2s, take it to a dealer. All right, take it to your local mechanic and have the mechanic just say, hey, I bought this H2. Can you take a look at it? See if you spot anything that is wrong with it. In all likelihood, they'll probably recommend some things that I've recommended to you on my YouTube videos. My mechanic, the one guy I go to, he actually does it for free. If I bought an H2 and I said, hey John, can you take a look at this? He would do it for free. I'd pay him or give him a box of cigars or something. So understand that when a mechanic looks at it, they have a specially trained eye. I see some things myself, but I'll tell you guys, I had a guy at Advanced Auto Parts, and I just wanted to show him the H2. He goes, no way, this is a mechanic's dream. He was super excited. I opened up the hood bonnet, and he goes, you have a new radiator. You've got new spark plugs. You've got new coil packs. He goes, you have new gaskets. Who did all this work? This is incredible. You got new header. Like instantly, within boom, 1 second, he was able to tell everything that I have completed on my H2. I have absolutely no idea how he did that. My only guess is that he's just got that trained eye. He's been doing it for 20, 30 years, and now he just looks at the H2 or looks at somebody's engine and he's like, boom. He can tell and see things that you're not going to be able to see. So again, getting that H2 on the racks, that's going to be a big win, because the mechanic is going to go under there and they're going to do a full review of your vehicle. So again, if you've bought a low mileage H2, I don't want you guys to think that you're in over your head. Do those 3 things that I recommended and then just piecemeal it. One thing per month. Make it a family event. You're married, husband, wife, kids. Okay, we're working on the Hummer this weekend. You'd be surprised how quickly you can work and get things completed on this vehicle. Really, you can get it completed that quickly. So again, good luck with your low mileage Hummer H2s.